And yeah, which one? Right, I think the MCSE ones are pretty good. IF ones? I don't know those. Oh, Fortinet. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'd see if there's a way to like just blindly message some like people who are hiring managers or like team leads and stuff like that at companies in which you'd want to work doing cybersecurity. You can find a lot of this stuff just searching for things on LinkedIn. But it might be worth reaching out to some of those people, just asking like, hey, what certifications do you respect and look for? That could be valuable, if any. Well, I mean, so a Tech Penguin, if you do a lot of security stuff, you do hiring in InfoSec in the EU. So yeah, are there any specific certifications that you think stand above the others? Right? I think MCSE is a good one because it costs you money to do it, right? Pretty much any of the ones worth anything are the ones that cost money because otherwise people could just spam it till they pass. Oh, this is some bullshit. I gotta make sure the audio doesn't have this bleeding through. There we go. No, I'm not looking for like a minimum. I'm just saying like, are there specific certifications that are more useful than others? Right? That's what I'm getting at. Okay, and you're not even going to be using it for like hiring and all that? I gotcha. Like for like getting a job? It's just more like for learning? Portswigger and OSCP, if you want to do pen testing, okay. Are there any others that you'd consider worthwhile? Security plus bare, like, yeah. That's what the comment about no bare minimum was. Gotcha. All right, so real quick, if anyone is willing to throw me a lurk over on YouTube, it'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. But no worries if not. All right, just making sure I'm all set up. And yeah, I'm really glad that I got into the Type Hero thing. That was fun. So we got to really think about like what we need to do for our APIs now. Alright, so yeah, it depends on the role. But capable of learning. Yeah, makes sense. Alright, we really do need to create some file somewhere. I'm just going to throw it into some Trello board. Oh man, the me election board. We haven't popped this one open for a while. Temp. Sure. So here in this list, make sure value functions accept a default. Another thing we need to do, make date ranges inclusive in scheduler. That's another big one. I know there's a few other things. Those are at least the ones we know about now. So I think we're there with these. Let's actually commit what we got. This is fix add default value to value functions for Go. Our Rust is already doing that. Let's double check our JavaScript TypeScript. Oh, yeah. So, because we're passing this in as an option, we need to make sure that we're checking for either one of those. So if we don't have either of those things, then yeah, we throw an error. We log an error. Yeah, because we don't want to like break anyone's execution context. I think that's important. Our hasher returns a value between 0 and 100, or 0 and 1. Or returns a value. We do take in the default value that is required. Hold on, wait. We want to look at it here. Do our value functions take in a default? They do. I don't think null is okay, actually. Nope, default value is required. Well, we could allow the user to pass a null. I'm okay with that, actually. Yeah, no, I'm massively okay with that. Yeah, user can pass a null. Totally fine. Yep, we check for the feature being active. So yep, we got to make sure another thing that we're doing in all of our SDKs is checking for the schedule. So that's should star and value star. So then if we were to look at this, let's start at the top. Oh, yeah. Okay, so should, call should custom string with the instance ID. Cool, we cleaned that up. Yep, so we're not checking the schedule. Let's double check. Yep, we're not. So that's a big issue right there. So we gotta do that. I think it's in all of our Go code that we're not checking our schedule, which means that we're also missing a bunch of tests. So add tests for scheduled features. Add tests for selective. Add tests for toggle. Oh, yeah, Mohai, I saw that. Weird, not sure why AutoMod kicked in for that, but no, you're good. Yeah. So that was, as far as I know, they called out the person. And hey, what up, Notai? No, this is not TDD. We are writing tests, but it would require that we write the test before we write the functionality for it to be TDD. So we're not doing TDD. But we do need to add tests for all these other things. We just have so many SDKs, though, that we want to make sure that we are checking all these boxes and that they're all, working properly. One sec. You gonna hit the sec? Yeah, no worries, Attack Penguin. Yeah, so basically, Mohai, Hassan posted a farewell tweet yesterday. Meanwhile, a bunch of people actually kind of assumed that he was the person that did the thing. The fact that he didn't mention it whatsoever in his farewell thing is part of why Open Devlog felt like naming and shaming. Because again, that is egregious. That is a terrible fucking thing to do. I'm seeing a tweet in which Adam.dev is defending him. That's a bad move, Adam. It's a bad move, Adam. So here's the thing. Accessing the data. That part happens with user impersonations that people can fix bugs. However, that type of impersonation comes with massive NDA and privacy concerns. You should actually be vetting which people have access to that data. Like, massively. It shouldn't be anybody in the company gets access. Why would Nutlope actually need that access? Ever. As far as I know, he's not a dev for the company, so he doesn't need to do user impersonation. So instead, they have a massive, massive internal leak at Vexilla in the way that anybody can impersonate any user, basically, or get access to their personal data. Why is someone who just does, like, DevRel getting access to all user data? Every single enterprise client of Vexilla should really, really be questioning if they want to keep using that company. Every single enterprise client of Vexilla should be second-guessing their usage of that service. Because again, they have a massive, massive hole in their data protection practices at the company. Because not every employee needs access to that shit. So I think that's the big problem. Now, I don't know Nutlope. I've had barely interactions with him. We have interacted before, and it's like he purposefully has not reciprocated follows and things like that. So again, like, yeah, I don't know. Seems like the person I suspected he was anyway. He's too big time, I guess, or was. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let's double check. Let's double check. He does follow stream, actually. It's just Twitter that he didn't. I get it. All right. All right, makes sense. He's chatted here many times. Follow March of this year. So yeah, like, I don't know. It's interesting. So no tie. It is very, very closely related. The key difference between what I'm building and what LaunchDarkly does is my thing runs anywhere. The key is it's just a JSON file you put somewhere that's outside the scope of your build process. And it's a runtime evaluated thing in which our SDKs will be something you install into your app, your front end and back end. And you can fetch from that JSON file to evaluate, you know, if a user should be seeing that thing or not. So the key is it's basically like headless and serverless feature flagging. Now, granted, you do need a server for the JSON file, sure, but many people don't consider a static file server to be the same type of server when we talk about serverless, right? Or like not serverless. So that's the main gist. The key is this file can live anywhere, even in your own like internal private networks. Totally fine. All that needs to happen is that the node accessing your service needs to be able to access that JSON file too. So I think there's a massive, massive use case for internal apps that you still want to do feature flagging for because you want to decouple the flagging from your release process. But things that you don't necessarily want to be public on the web or charging you seats for at LaunchDarkly or blah, 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 right? So this is a cost-effective way to do feature flagging for pretty much anything small, right? And honestly, it'll handle anything big too. But once you get towards the bigger end of things, I think there's services like, I think LaunchDarkly and Optimizely and Split.io and all these other companies have a major thing to offer when it comes to the dashboard and A/B testing and some of those other things that inherently require some kind of server. right? The dashboard that shows you all, like, you know, how much access to the flags have happened and blah, 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 how many people are fetching it. Like, any analytics related, I can't give you because I don't have a server. Now, could I eventually add a cloud offering that has that stuff? Sure. But I think my initial thing is just simply targeting people bootstrapping their own projects, right? Like, you know, solopreneurs, like indie devs, internal applications at companies, and, you know, like startups that just can't afford LaunchDarkly, etc. One of the nifty things is we offer scheduling, and scheduling is a thing that you pretty much have to pay for from any other company. So even Growthbook, with their very reasonable free tier, you don't get scheduling with Growthbook unless you pay them money. I think LaunchDarkly is similar, but you have to be just like on like the higher tier. So for the most part, I'm not doing anything crazily novel or magical. I'm just filling in a niche that I don't think exists yet. And part of the other focus is, this is like Git focused, meaning that you still get like audit tracking of who changed what when. So you push up a PR or just a direct fucking publish to your feature flag repo, and then that's responsible for shipping the JSON to whatever static file server you want. What that means is that you still get like audit tracking of who changed what and when, which is nice. So, did that make sense, No Tie? For everyone who's wondering, like, where the hell did that comment come from? It's over on YouTube. Alright, so we got these. We need to be checking our date stuff here. So you could pass a prop to components you want to add this toggle ability to. That would be something you wire up yourself, right? Just a simple, like, you know, show Boolean value or hide Boolean value or whatever. Right? Like, for the most part, the fetching of the flags happens at the client level. In your components on your front end, you just simply check with the client using possibly a use effect or whatever. I haven't written any like React specific wrappers or anything yet, which is probably going to have to happen soon. But the main gist is, all you do is say client dot should, and you pass the name of the feature, and bam, you get a Boolean value out of it. And that Boolean value can be passed to whatever component you want, however you see fit. It can be just used at the top level to determine what JSX renders. Like, totally. That's all up to you. I'm not making any prescriptions about how you should consume the logic of whether a feature is on or off for a user. All right, so here's what we want to do next. Let me do one thing here. All right, so hold on. We're not bringing scheduling in just yet, but we're going to need to. Now, hashing, that's happening already, but where? Hash int instance ID. So that's the should custom int. Hash string instance ID. All this is just coming from hashing over here, right? Because it's all part of the internal package. All right, perfect. So yeah, we don't have to do too much other than just get the function we want over here, and it's going to be is schedule feature active. I'm going to do is scheduled feature active. So then, yeah, this part is scheduled feature active. We pass the raw feature, and if not active, return false fmt.errorf. Oh, and actually, no, it's not an error. What up, Crow? How you doing? So yeah, we end up having to do this for basically every function we got. We start with should custom string, then we go into should custom int. And yeah, it's a bit of boilerplate for all this, but not sure how to reduce it yet. No, I don't use Copilot. Nothing against it, it's just, I don't know. I don't feel like it gives me that much value. Oh, and you know what? I should be doing those in a different order. There we go. And yeah, so no tie. Yeah, it is a large project to tackle solo. It's not that bad, though. Basically, you know, it's good practice. And I get to write clients in like 10 different languages. So that's fun. No, we didn't do Kotlin yet. We did the PHP enough, but I want to go back and make sure that all of our clients are up to date. So as one of the things that we're checking, like we have this checklist over here. Ignore the fact that we put it in meal action, right? But we want to make sure that value functions accept a default. We've done that for the Go. We want to make date ranges inclusive. We did that one earlier, like yesterday. We want to make sure our hash functions return a value between 0 and 1, just to keep it, you know, consistent, right? We want to make sure that schedule is checked for all relevant methods. That means the should and the value functions. That's the one we just did. And then adding tests, I think we'll work on the testing stuff a bit later. But we just want to go through this checklist for basically every language that we've worked on so far. I get you, Yana. I got into dev because I like making stuff. You know? 100 years ago, I would have loved to be an inventor. Now it's a lot harder to invent something. But I can make an app that solves a value, like, you know, that provides value, solves a problem. So yeah, to me, this is like the modern equivalent of being an inventor. So I fucking love it. You can have an idea and just make it real. That's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing, isn't it? All right, so one thing I want to do for scheduling is make sure that we're inclusive with our checks here. So it's not inclusive on that one. Yeah, so we're doing the is after, is before stuff. For that reason, we might want to make it exclusive of the start and end, just to be consistent. All right, maybe make... Oop. It's so weird when my spacebar gets all out of whack. It's because I don't hit it, like, right in the middle. Maybe make all SDKs exclusive instead. But yeah, like, Yana, I just really like making stuff. And I also think that eventually this could make money. Doesn't mean it will make money. But if I eat into the bottom line of one of the incumbent feature flag companies, why wouldn't they just buy me and turn me into a marketing funnel for them? And I don't mean me, but like Vexilla itself. So that's the main gist. Is this going to be a, hey, I'm a billionaire, I'm set for life kind of project? No. Is this a, you know, if another company wanted to implement this themselves, they could fork what I've done. But man, right? How much time would they spend ramping up on the code base? Versus if they wanted to build it from scratch, how much would it cost them? If we consider that the average dev salary is like 200K, average manager is like 1 to 150, the amount of time it would take to implement all of these SDKs and do all the work of designing and implementing it and going through meetings, like it's a year-long project at any major corporation, involving a good 3 developers and project management and product owners and blah, blah, blah. Like when it's all said and done, you're looking at like a 2 mil project internally at a company, especially because they can't move as quickly. So based on that, you know, if some company really wanted to just gain my user base and like use it as a marketing funnel, but also still like solve problems for bootstrapped companies or, you know, hobbyists, etc. Yeah, right? They're looking at pretty much a bare minimum 2 mil. And that's before they've even gotten like a user base. So at that point, like, you know, could I sell the project for a couple mil? Maybe. Will I? We'll see. But could I? Theoretically, I think so. Right. Will it work that way? Probably not. There will definitely be some negotiations and blah, blah, blah. And it all really hinges upon my user base. If I can build up enough of like a, you know, if I can build up enough of a community. No, so Han, I don't think that's it. There's plenty of people that are massively productive just doing their 9 to 5. The world needs developers like that. Passionate developers aren't going to fill the rank and file of any major corporation. There's not enough of us out there. So don't worry about it. You don't have to be a passionate developer. You can totally just put in the work 9 to 5, be productive, collect your paycheck, and go home and live your life. That is fine. That is totally fine. Yeah. But I get it. Like, if you're burnt out, like, make sure you don't burn yourself out. And part of that is just doing the 9 to 5 expectations, delivering value, rising through the ranks. I've seen way too many, like, interviews from all sorts of people who actually know how this shit works, that we don't have enough developers to satisfy demand right now. We just don't. At all. So, yeah, like, there will be jobs. To expect all employees to be passionate and do this on their own time, that's unrealistic. And I'm not saying you're not passionate. I'm just saying, like, you're doing what you can to protect your mental health. If your fun time is not developing side projects and hobby projects, that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't feel bad about that. It's not for everybody. It's totally okay. Now, you should still be curious and learning new stuff, because you don't want to be an ostrich developer that just buries their head in the sand and lets the world pass by around them. So at least, like, you know, I would say if your company is into the idea of knowledge development, they should be okay with you dedicating a half hour to an hour a day just keeping up with news, like during your business hours. If they're not allocating time for you to stay on top of new shit, then the company itself is falling behind. So a company I work at right now has a 10% time, or 20% time, which means basically one day a week, I can just work on whatever I want to work on. As long as it's making me a better dev, they highly value that. So it's really awesome. I work at a great company. So other companies like Google have 10% time, in which they're expecting you to spend 10% of your time staying on top of your game, learning new shit, crawling Reddit if you have the right subreddits like selected. That's a valid use of your time at most companies, at any company that's actually relevant. If you're at a company that doesn't allot you a 10% or 20% time to, you know, hone your craft, you can always find a better company. All right, so as far as our TS goes, and that's fine, Yana, like, don't feel bad about it, right? But it seems to me like you're at a company that doesn't actually value their engineering talent. If they consider software dev as a cost center versus a value center, you're never going to get them to actually like invest in you as a developer. So that's the biggest thing. If you're working at a giant like insurance company or something, yeah, they treat software dev as a cost center, not a value center. You'll never change that. So move to a company that actually like values you. If you really like the company you're at, well then go for it. Stay there. Like, I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just giving you the options. Letting you know that it can be better. And it sucks to say, but it's the truth. At this day and age, if you're not getting a bare minimum, I think it's 8% raise, you're actually taking a pay cut, like every year, due to inflation. Yeah, Yana, you know why I said that? I used to work at an insurance company too. I know this. Yeah. I'm not saying it just because, I pulled something randomly out of the air. I've worked at an insurance company that definitely treated us as a cost center, not a value center. But yeah, bare minimum, if you're not getting X amount of a raise per year, you're actually taking a pay cut due to just how inflation works. And the best way to get the raises you deserve is to move from company to company. So if you're not moving every 3 years, they better be giving you raises that are keeping up, or you're getting complacent, and that's a bigger problem for you. At this point, yeah, you should probably be looking for a new job every 2 years. Unless you're at one of those awesome unicorn style companies. And I don't mean unicorn $1 billion. I mean unicorn as in they actually value their engineers. You'll never convince a company to start valuing their engineers until they convince themselves. And yeah, what up, Chillaxathor? How you doing? Alright, so I think we're good here too. Yana, yeah, so end of the year is going to be tough. Most companies don't have a budget to hire anybody. They may say they're hiring, but probably aren't. Just remember that springtime, or just basically first and second quarter of next year, that's the biggest opportunity to get a new job, because companies have their budgets refreshed. Right, not companies, but departments have their budgets refreshed. So yeah, end of year, it's a thing. You should still be sending out interviews, modifying and changing your resume, things like that. Now, I don't do resume review. I don't like that kind of content. There are streams that will do it for you. No. I would say don't wait. Hell no, don't wait. Keep applying now, and then in 4 or 5 months, apply to the same companies again. Fuck it. So first, just break the year into quarters, right? Divide the year by 4, that means 3 months. The first 3 months of the year and the second 3 months of the year are the biggest chances of getting a new job. You may have had an ad going, so I'll repeat myself. Divide the year by 4, and then you'll see what the first, second, third, fourth quarters are. So it's every 3 months, you're into a new quarter of the year based upon corporate accounting and bullshit. First and second quarter of the year, meaning the first 6 months, are the biggest opportunity to get hired. I would say February is probably like the #1 month to be doing that. You know, people are still coming back from vacation in January. February is probably like the biggest month to do that stuff. April and May are also really good months as well. But don't base anything around that. Just recognize that you should keep doing what you're doing, but you'll have better odds during that part of the year. But again, it's just odds. It also means most people are trying to get a new job during those same months too, so you're going to be, you know, a needle in a bigger haystack at the beginning of the year as well. I'm not saying don't apply to companies now. I'm saying you will most likely get more interviews later. But yeah, if you're looking for a new job, never stop looking. If you're not getting interviews, I would say check your resume and see what's up with that. And also remember that just because you're a senior at the company you're at right now doesn't mean you're a senior at a company like Google. So be willing to take a title downgrade for a salary upgrade. There's a major amount of like title inflation at smaller companies, client agencies, insurance companies, etc. They will happily give you a senior title with a smaller pay bump because the title is meaningless. Seriously, the title is meaningless. Don't get hung up on your title. Be happy to take a title downgrade by going to a better company. It'll happen. I don't think I would be senior at Google. I would not be senior at Netflix. I would not be senior at any major technology company. I am senior at startups, smaller companies, insurance companies, client agencies, etc. But I will happily take a pay downgrade at a company that gives me a salary upgrade. Yeah, Prime delivers major value for the company he works at. But there's pretty much only one or two the Primogens at Netflix. You can still be a senior level dev at Netflix, but never touch any of the performance bullshit that Prime touches. If you think there's a lot of the Primogen jobs out there, there aren't. And for those jobs, you're basically competing with people like the Primogen. Good luck. Yeah, like, dude, fuck that. Ugh. No, thank you. But yeah, keep in mind, this is about as much career advice type bullshit I'm willing to do. It's just not the kind of stream I want to operate. It's not a thing I enjoy talking about that much. And a lot of this information is like just regurgitated from what I've found on the internet already, right? Like, I'm not giving you any like crazy new information that isn't already out there. Yeah, that's fine, Jan, right? Again, because no matter what, that role is going to be different from company to company, right? What the title means and what you actually do. Technically, senior used to be a much broader like way broader title, right? The salary range for senior used to be somewhere between like, let's say 150 all the way up to like 700K, right? At Netflix, you can even see some of their roles do that kind of range, and it's insane, right? That's why titles like principal and staff engineer were created, because they are a separate pay band that's technically within the senior level that used to exist. Now senior is down at the bottom of that pack, and staff and principal are a different pay band within that range, right? They're the higher pay bands. So it's about pay banding so that they can actually have accurate ranges when hiring people. If you see a role for senior and you see 150K to 700K, you're going to go right for the middle if you're not confident, or you're going to go for the fucking top end if you are confident, right? Whereas instead, if they have a senior role that's just 150 to 250, then yeah, you're going to pick 200, and like, you know, it's easier for them to like argue and consider those ranges per employee, etc. So don't worry about your title, worry about your salary. Are they paying you what you're worth? That's the key. All right, so hold on. I gotta go use the restroom real quick. Give me just a sec. I'll be right back. And yeah, we got to just keep hacking through some of this code and making sure that, you know, a lot of these things are equal. I think in our C# code, we're probably not checking schedules, and the Elixir we might not be. We should double check the Rust again. Oh, there you go. Jalopy. It'd be even better if you said badgers. Badgers? Badgers? Right? You know I'm quoting UHF on that one, right? If you haven't seen UHF, well, now you got homework. It's the Weird Al movie. Not like the Weird Al story, right? Like the movie that Harry Potter's in, but like the movie that Weird Al made a good like 20 plus years ago. It's amazing. It's really good. UHF is a fun movie. So, BRB, I gotta go pee. No. So, Jalopy. Technically, it's not even from the Mel Brooks movie. I'll be right back. We'll talk about this. So yeah, okay, so maybe you already know. But basically, yeah, Mel Brooks didn't even coin the phrase. He was making a reference to another, like, cowboy film. I forget which one. Maybe it was like Magnificent Seven or something like that. But yeah, there was a scene from an older Western that Mel Brooks... Oh, Treasure of the Sierra Madre. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, basically Mel Brooks was making a reference to that movie, and then Mel Brooks did the reference, and then UHF makes the reference to the Mel Brooks movie, probably. But yeah, in UHF, there's like the animal guy, right? Welcome to Raoul's Wild Kingdom! He's got a scene in which he's like, here's something you don't know. Turtles, they're nature's suction cups. And it just sticks, right? Like, yeah. Today we're also gonna be teaching turtles how to fly. Or no, hold on. Teaching poodles how to fly. Okay, Fifi, you ready? You psyched? You pumped? All right, here you go, Fifi. Fly! Aw, man. As the dog hits the ground. You know, sometimes it takes them a little bit. Like, it's such a good scene. Oh, hey, here we have an ant farm. They make all these intricate little tunnels. It's amazing. But oh man, they hate it when you do this. He shakes it like an Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, they're really bad now. Like, it's so good. If you've never seen UHF, you have homework now. All right, so let's just double check the Rust code now. Oh, we're gonna get rid of all these print line things. Yeah, we got errors, but we need to clean up. All right, so there's our tests. Here's our actual function. Yeah, so we see like the now GT, now LT. Let's double check that. Rust. What's the name of the library? Shit. Chrono. That's it. Interesting. I'm not seeing greater than. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to search it, I think. Oh, I know. Hold on. So it's back in structs again. I think it's on the date time, but it's within one of these traits. Is there like a compare? Hmm. All right, so something's up. All right, so partial compare. Okay, so no, this is where it all is. Okay. What up, Esh? How you doing? We are just trying to make sure that a lot of our SDKs are actually aligned on what they want. Aha, so we want GE, not GT, and then LE. Yeah, all right. All right, so let's double check here in client. Why would the user ever pass us a JSON file? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Thank you for the follows. Hold on, I missed a couple. And yeah, Cianhorn, thank you for that 40 months. That is a long sub. But yeah, Hector. And AMC Reporting and Orange Knight. Thank you for the follows. What are you talking about, Jalopy? Nah, like, y'all are totally missing it. No matter what, this is just gonna go look up a file somewhere. But we don't know if they're passing us a name or an ID. I don't think we should allow them to pass us a .json. I'm okay with it. No, right here, we're just removing .json from the string that they pass us to figure out the group name or ID. All right, so hold on. Here's the issue here. Yeah, our Rust analyzer is not kicking in right now. All right, Rust Analyzer, come on. All right, so we've done some deletion. We don't get any errors yet. Yep, those usages are fine. Aha, now we get some errors. All right, so we got one more. Yeah, we don't need this. All right, so we're gonna call that one good. All right, let's double check. So is within schedule. Yep. All right, so we're catching all that. Perfect. All right, so they'd let us know if we were not exhaustive in those checks. Perfect. As far as the other things we want to validate and make sure of here in our Trello board, schedule is checked, date range is inclusive, value functions accepted default. Yep, okay. We actually do have some other things to fix. No, it was a convenience function for users that wanted to pass the ID of the group.json. But I just don't think it makes any sense anymore. Keep in mind, they weren't passing a JSON file, they're passing the name of a file, and then we are fetching the JSON file for that. So all they're doing is passing us a string. And we were giving them the option of adding the .json and then we just scrub it. But I don't think that's actually necessary anymore. I don't think it's a thing that people would benefit from that much. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to fix here, and we should probably fix a few of them. All right, so hold on. Where are we doing this into? So right, he's already doing the impl into thing for those. So doesn't string implement the into for all of this? So here's the biggest part. I wish Snowy was here to like discuss these, but I think that's a good point. Oh, and hold on. Whoa, wait. Hey, Dom. What's up, man? Hey, I was actually just lurking you just now. For sure. Dude, you got such a chill stream. Yeah, dude. I was actually, like, telling people about your stream earlier, too. All right, let's do the, the proper shout-out. Yeah, man. How you doing? Yeah, I was actually letting people know earlier today just how, like, chill and awesome I found your stream the other day. Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. Yeah, dude, like, yeah, super cool. I really like your stream, man. Just finishing up and jamming? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, now I'm lurking myself. Like, seriously. Hold on. Raider from Dom Palombi. Like, dude, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, absolutely. So now I gotta go throw a lurk on someone else, I guess. Get lurked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I can leave a lurk when I can, so I might as well. So, yep. I like to throw a lurk wherever I can, whenever I can. But, dude, could you maybe tell us some of the cool songs that you played today? Damn right. And for everyone out here who might not realize, like, could you maybe, like, give us just a couple games that you've done some, like, soundtrack stuff for? I was letting people know that, yeah, you've done, like, composing, probably, like, helping with other people's, like, tracks, them as composers, you as, like, studio musician. That's my guess. I'm not positive. But yeah, like, feel free, let us know, like, where we could hear some of your stuff at any point. I really enjoyed when you guys played at the PAX party. That was fun. That was awesome. I didn't catch when you did, like, the collab with Dan Clancy. I must have missed that one. I think I showed up a little late. But yeah, like, dude, super cool. Everyone in my stream should definitely go follow Dom. Did we do, like, the other shout out? Maybe I forgot. Yeah, we're good. Been streaming music for 5 years at this point? Fuck yeah. Super cool. And yes, I swear, I drink whiskey. We hang out. But yeah, you've definitely, like, worked on some games before too, right? Or am I mixing that one up? I know, like, some of the other people we were hanging out with have done that stuff too, at the PAX party and all. But I could have sworn you've done some of that as well, right? Been covering video game music for a while. Dude, yeah. Some of the covers you did at the PAX party were amazing. Boston and NYC? Awesome. Sick. I'm going to New York City for the first time as an adult in just like 2 or 3 weeks for, it's like a conference called React Summit. I'm giving a talk. It's pre-recorded, but it means I get to go to the speaker dinners and stuff, so I'm definitely going to that. So yeah, first time in New York as an adult. That'll be fun, right? But yeah, Don Palombi's game night, like, super fun. God, what was the cover you did that I was really pumped on? Maple Story. You did a really good Maple Story cover at the PAX party. That one was awesome. Yeah, super good, man. So most of your game creds come from recording for other folks, right? Okay. Like Insane the Rain or Mason. Yeah, okay, so more as like a studio musician, right? which is awesome too. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, super cool, dude. Yeah, you got any like fun gigs coming up? Anything you're looking forward to, or are you getting into like the relaxing part of the year until things get hot and heavy again? I feel like at least for like programming meetups, there's like a little bit of a lull for the next month or two. Composed based on gaming concepts? Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not great, but I'll link out. I mean, we could actually play it, but I'll do this. How about that? Yeah, let me, let me link out to, like, my SoundCloud bullshit. Like, it's terrible music. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's auto-playing. Yeah. Like, I recorded this ages ago, so no worries if not. No stress if no one listens to it. I enjoyed making it more than I enjoy listening to it. I've heard people describe it as watered-down Tool without singing. I'll take that. That's an amazing description. Watered down whiskey to go with the watered down Tool. Yeah. So it's like, it's nice to like just sip on without paying the cost of the extra calories of like a Coca-Cola or something. But it's still like nice and sippable. You know, you pour like the standard like ounce and a half like shot pour and then just water. It's nice and sippable, and you can like really like, you can get the nuance of the flavors like whiskey to whiskey. So this is some Woodford Reserve. Costco sized. For sure. Gotta get that Costco deal. Yeah. Classic. Shit, I'll pour another. It's a Saturday, isn't it? I hope I'm not missing work today. So yeah, I think we're set. Hold on, should I put the synthwave on hold for a second while we play some of my music? How about this? I've had enough whiskey that I don't mind embarrassing myself. I'll play a song I sing on. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me give you the permissions to do so. And do you have it on Bandcamp? Because if you have it on Bandcamp, I will happily buy it right now. There we go. So yeah, as a quid pro quo, I'll buy your album, but you're gonna end up listening to me sing. Not live, but like recorded. So you're good there. It's a quid pro quo. If I can find it. There we go. All right, so it's like, this is a little more like some Death Cab style. So if you don't like Death Cab, you're definitely not gonna like this. And this is not on my SoundCloud. So yeah, ooh, sick. Hell yeah. Oh. That was a weird Vercel error. Too many people checking out your shit, man. No, it was probably like my fault. And hell yeah, so you got a Bandcamp. Awesome. Let me just paste this for myself so I can go buy it over on the other. Yeah, let me go grab this. Oh, shit. Hold on. Wrong one. Bandcamp Friday? I don't even know what Bandcamp Friday is, but... yeah, I mean, I don't need no discount. Yeah, like, is it like a discount kind of thing or something? Nah, man, I'd rather pay for it. Fuck yeah. Easy. Yeah, 1 second. This is important. Oh, they waive the fees and 100% goes to the artist? I gotcha. I mean, I threw some extra on it anyway for you, so. I'm not stressing. Oh, it does mean... oh, shit. Alright, so I guess, damn it. Passwords and shit. I'm gonna have to remember... No, this is worth it. We got this. Okay, it's the password I thought it was. Cool. Oh, yeah. No. I'm just some dude. God. They won't let me log in. Really? Come on, PayPal. Let me play one more song. This one also has me singing, so you can't find it on the SoundCloud, so might as well do it. Oh. The moment you forget your own email. The album's rad? Yeah. I'll be buying it here in just a sec. I just gotta do like all the two-factor auth and bullshit. There we go. All right, I'm logged in, so now this should work. There we go. Hell yeah. And now it's in my list. Like, I don't know if you've seen, I've got a pretty solid, like, synthwave playlist that I link people out to. It's pretty good. happy to have your stuff in that list. Yeah. So I used to be a snowboard bum for my entire 20s, which meant I couldn't afford to pay anybody for music, even music I really liked. Now that I'm a software dev, I can actually afford to pay for music, so I try to, when I can. As a snowboard bum, I couldn't afford anything. I could barely afford potatoes, you know? Music was out of the question. No, man. Yeah. That's how raids go. You're raiding because you were trying to finish. I get it. Yeah. Enjoy your food. Hold up. This is a foodie stream in disguise, though. What are you cooking? What are you having for dinner? This is a foodie stream in disguise. Yeah, for sure. And if you got to get going before you say what you're eating, that's fine. Just remember, that's the tax in the future. And hey, what up, YouTuber? Pork chop parm. Ooh. That sounds amazing. Hell yeah. Yeah, nice family meal. Solid. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Oh, we got another raid. What up, Aiden? But yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, breaded pork chop parm. Yeah, probably like the katsu style breading or whatever. And hey, what's up, Aiden? Hold on, I'm gonna do this right now. I like both of y'all. Boom, nailed it. Yeah. I mod a lot of people, but I appreciate you. Dude, the fact that we met in person, that's huge. And Aiden, the fact that we met in person, that's huge. Yeah, I'm pumped. But enjoy your meal, Dom. Not trying to keep you any longer than you need to be. You are worthy, for sure. Hold on. YouTube, look away. Welcome, new mods of the Bong Table. You've been knighted. All right, let's get some more music playing. Yeah, welcome everyone. So still dying from TwitchCon? Dude, Aiden, my feet hurt for a good 3 or 4 days after it. It was bad. It's tough. Holy shit, man. My feet are killing me still. I don't want to walk anywhere. Your feet are fine now, but you're still recovering in other ways? Yeah, I was there. We chatted. We mentioned this on your stream the other day. It's such a big con though, and Vegas is so spread out that it's really hard to actually meet up with people. Yeah, so yeah, no worries. I should have hit you up. We know someone else named Evan J. Stern. He's Roldy from Letterkenny. I got to meet up with him in person at the partner party at least. That was fun. The amount of effort to get to the, so yeah, Dom, Aiden is part of, the programming community. We had, 30 of us go to the Bellagio buffet, which is really good. Really good. Magfest. I'm not familiar with Magfest. Yeah, not familiar. If you ever make it up to Seattle again, just let me know. Happy to hang out. No stress if not. I know how traveling gets. It's easy to forget. But yeah, dude, so cool. 30 of us at the Bellagio. Just programmer bums. Music and Gaming Fest over in National Harbor, Maryland. Yes, it'll be tough for me to make it to Maryland. It's been going for like 20 years, though? Oh, that's huge. Okay, okay. I wouldn't mind hanging out at it at some point if I have a little more notice. But yeah, when is that? And Aiden, what were you up to on stream today? Hold on, let's do the shout-outs and all that. I'm forgetting that part. And I feel like I should probably switch over to FossaBot, just for solidarity, right? Nightbot's been here long enough, but I should totally switch. Now, I know I don't have to, but I might as well. You have an auto import and everything? Oh, that's even better. All right, so that would work. The Nightbot dude hasn't come into my stream before. God, hold on, what's his name? It's like Commander Taco or something like that, right? Commander Root, that's it. Yeah, Commander Root. So technically, Commander Root is in here right now. Oh, the dude's name is Knight? I thought Commander Root made it. Wait, really? I could have sworn Commander Root. Okay, my bad. Knight made Nightbot. Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay. All right. Note to self. I know Commander Root's made a whole bunch of like other tools though, right? So Knight Dev. Okay. Well, I've never seen him in my stream. Meanwhile, you've rated twice now. So he made BTTV and Nightbot. That's huge. That's actually kind of crazy. Huh. Yeah, that's legit. So yeah, Dom and anyone else from like the music raid earlier, Aiden here made FossaBot, which is one of the most full-featured bots out there. I'd say it's more full-featured than Streamlabs or Stream Elements, like a lot of those. More full-featured than Nightbot. Like, yeah, it's really cool. And what was the number you said? 10,000 messages a second? That's crazy. Oh, okay. That's what the benchmark is capable of. Got it. Okay. All right. Still really fucking cool. Really cool. Ooh, and Dom probably left, but holy shit, with sounds similar to Wolfpack, I actually used Wolfpack as a description of how awesome the music was when I was telling people about it the day after the PAX party. Like, I literally used the term Wolfpack to describe it. That's awesome. That's fucking great. Hell yeah. So yeah, Aiden and everyone coming from that raid, we were just previously raided by Dom Palambi, who does Dom Palambi's Game Night. He does covers of video game music, but like jazzy and awesome, like super cool. Very much like a Wolfpack, like funky vibe. Yeah, no worries, Aiden. I appreciate the raid. I'll try and repay the favor eventually. But yeah, thank you for the raid, man. Appreciate you. For everyone joining from the raid, the stuff we're working on right now is basically, we've got these SDKs. Oh, Wait, what's up with this one? Uh-oh. I think we're actually good. If I save, we're set. Yeah, we're set. So yeah, we've got these SDKs for a bunch of languages to consume our static file feature flag tool. For everyone who's not aware of what feature flagging is for, the main reason is to decouple turning a feature on and off from your build process. Now, if you're a solo dev or an indie hacker, your deploy process is probably pretty quick anyway. If you're at any major organization, you're looking at a half hour for every environment you have to get something pushed up, validated by QA, whatever. If you have 3 environments, that's an hour and a half before a feature you want to change makes it up to production, which is pretty heavy, right? So instead, if you can just simply turn a feature off and on, right, without having to be an hour and a half delayed, then you're delivering value to your users in a really quick way, and you're able to turn something off that maybe has a bunch of bugs that you didn't notice in your testing and staging in whatever, right? Because prod is always going to have users that have problems that you'll never have. You like the theme? This is just Monokai. If you like the font, well, yeah, we can shout out the font. But yeah, the main gist is we have these SDKs for our static file-based feature flag tool, and we have something like 6 SDKs. That means 6 different languages that we support: JavaScript, TypeScript, Rust, Go, Elixir, C#, and PHP so far. And then we got like 6 more at least that we want to do eventually. But in the meantime, we need to make sure the 6 that we've done are actually all in alignment for the things that they do. Which means, well, when we're doing our schedule checking, is it an inclusive check or an exclusive check? Meaning the start time and the end time. If it's exactly that time and some user hits that feature, should it be on for them or off for them, based upon being within the time frame? Some other things need fixing too. What we're digging into right now is the fact that one of our viewers here on stream has done a critique of things that we could do better in our Rust SDK. So we're trying to knock some of that out. So hold on, let me do one of these things. There we go. So here's the biggest part. I don't mind an unnecessary clone of string. I don't give a shit. Right? So copy on write, or clone on write, I mean, versus reference counted. Not my concern. We just tackled this bit right here. So let's chime in for that. All right, so number 2 we fixed. What about number 3? Number 3 is, unwrap. We're doing unwrap in a bunch of places that we should not. Right, so we don't have it file system-wise, but it is in this file. Right, we have 8 instances of unwrap, and it's really just these 8 that we see. We're calling this the safe is schedule active daily, which means it's not safe. Oh shit. Now we're just doing it in a test. Who gives a shit about a test? So our README, librs is doing some unwraps. Touche. Okay. So this is the part where, yes, we want to avoid the unwraps. Over in our testing, totally fine. Who gives a shit? Inside of anything within lib here, if it's not a test at least, we should be returning an option or a result, right? Yes, we're using way too much unwrap. I'm a little concerned that Clippy didn't yell at us about this, because we have Clippy turned on. And for everyone unaware, Clippy is a linting tool for Rust code to help you like identify places where you're not following best practices. So think of it like a very opinionated ESLint. If we throw a question mark after that, cool, but it means that the return type of this is no longer any good. Ooh, and yeah, so this is no longer a result, but it's an option, or instead... So it's not okay, hold on, Rust result type. It should be okay. Oh. All right. There we are. Cool. Let's make sure I got a lurk going. Yep. We're lurking Algo, bro. He's awesome. Ooh, Raimu's going right now, too. We'll leave the lurk on Algo. He's awesome. All right, so we do that bit. Let's go. Oh, my. We have 42 unwraps. So here's the thing, we're already checking for this there, so I think that's fine. There might be a better way to do that, though. And here in a test, I don't give a shit. All right, so what are they complaining about here? Oh. So I'm messing something up here. They're just warning about it, so it's not the end of the world, right? Okay, hold on. All right, so we do the result string thing there, and then we run into issues here. Okay, so that part's good. All right, so That's right. We're doing into error somewhere in this code. Oh, we aren't? All right, so we do a Vexilla result. It's Dorama Sands. It's even better. I made my own ligatures for it. Boom. Nailed it. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Not into error, but map error. And hey, what's up, Joseph? How you doing? What you up to? Nailed it. Working on a sports betting research site. Okay. Sounds like there could be some heavy money in that. For fun currently, just for some friends and you? Like, sure, I get it, but just recognize that, Adam.dev built a tool called StatMuse, and that's why he's basically set for life. He doesn't have to work anymore. Yeah. Right? He made StatMuse, which is awesome, right? Very sports focused, and then it got bought by like Disney or some shit. Like, holy shit, dude. Oof. Yeah, that ain't it. Yeah, so we messed up something here. Alright, so now that we have gotten rid of some of these unwraps, there's some other like logic we need to do here. Okay, so yeah, we can just wrap some stuff in an okay, and then we're fine. It's not ideal, but this is just inside of our testing, so it's not the end of the world. All right, so unwrap itself. Like, sure, that's in the README. That one I think we're okay with. This one is then down in the tests. Like, everything else in this file after that. All right, that's just part of our tests. So then here in scheduling, all of these are within tests too. All right. All right, so we want to make sure that public-facing functions or methods are not using unwrap. Tests are... That was weird. All right. So as far as their critiques go, I think we did the unwrap. Right, so the way we're doing the lookup table stuff, we need to call .get instead. All right, so that's all test stuff. But over here in this file, all right, so we still want to do a .get. When I got to think about what I'm eating for dinner tonight. And yeah, we're late enough that, yeah, it's time for me to go thaw some chicken real quick. Let me use the restroom. Let me go pee. I gotta throw some slippers on or something, too, because it's getting a little chilly in here. But yeah, man, 2 awesome raids so far. Aiden, Dom Palambi, like, really cool, man. We need to figure out a good way to convert our option. Ah, so it's like okay or. Yeah, we can do the okay or. Yep, so that's what we'll end up doing, but I gotta pee, I gotta pour some more water, and I gotta thaw some chicken. I'm thinking fried chicken tonight. It's a good, quick, easy meal. But yeah, gotta go pee. BRB. All right. There we go. Sorry for the delay. I think I'm gaming with Robotic Head. I haven't seen him say anything otherwise. Cool, cool. Looks like stream I was lurking just raided someone else. Let me throw a lurk on Raimu, because he's fucking awesome too. And all right, so yeah, how's everyone doing? Ooh, hold up. Music is way too loud right now, sorry. I had it cranked up from another bit of music we were listening to. I got another whiskey to pour. And yeah, if Robotic Head ends up not being available, we can play more of the Quarry. That was really fun yesterday. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Quarry. And man, just no lurkers over on the YouTube today, huh? I get it. I see how it is. Do whatever you want. It's fine. But yeah, so I got chicken thawing. I think I'm gonna do chicken fingers tonight. Right? I went and picked up some milk and some buttermilk, and that's about all I need. All right, I got the salt, the pepper, paprika, bit of cayenne. Right, I'll do like a spicy chicken. I got stuff to dip it in. So yeah, I think we're good. New Lord of the Rings? No, I haven't even heard of it. I'm guessing it's not the Gollum game? Return to Moria. Oh, I think I saw someone else showing that off and I didn't realize. Okay. Like a survival type of game? Oh, that could be fun. All right, so give me just a second. Sure, we'll do this screen. Does this screen even work still? It does! It still does work! Nice! And you can hear me chatting. So, yeah, oh my god, technical difficulties, oh my. Let's try and get this, this camera working again, oh no. Let me clear my humidifier. Yeah, it's that damn bespoke humidifier. Yeah. It's like it's a low output humidifier. It's fantastic. You know, it's like a farm to table humidifier. It's pretty good. Wink. Yeah, double wink so you know it's good. Yeah, that's my bespoke humidifier. Handmade. I actually know the person that made it. And I'm not even lying about that part. I'm not even kidding. I know the person that made my humidifier. So hold on. All right, that's it. Yeah, I need the map error. All right, so we can map that error to unknown for now. All right, so that was really the only bracket lookup I'm doing? No way. No way. Oh, I was doing, like, the get. I only did, like, a bracket in one place. Yeah, so I just had some leftovers. It's not even like I was doing it completely wrong. I was just forgetting certain places. Alright, I believe I have removed any unwrap that is outside of a test. In a test, I think it is acceptable. Hey, what up, Robotic Head? We're gaming tonight, right? I just want to double check. Alright, cool. And yeah, sorry, I might not have told you that I wasn't going to be around last week. I thought it was obvious because of TwitchCon, but I definitely didn't say it. So that's my bad. Alright, cool. Yeah, again, I'm sorry. Like, I definitely should have let you know, too. Nice, nice. What kind of character are you playing in BG3? There we go. All right, so number 3. Yep. Number 4 here. So, how do we feel about this? And let me zoom in so y'all can read it better. Sorry. So, here's their comment about enums and clones in the Rust code. So, what they're saying here is there's an enum, one with 1 KB of stack data, and one with, let's just assume it's 0. Right? Like the smallest amount of, like, not like 0, 0, but like the number value 0. No matter what, it'll be a kilobyte of memory on the stack. And cloning it is another 1K. No matter what, just based upon the size of the structs. they're saying we should be boxing that data. Or an RC, which is reference counted and would prevent cloning the data. Yeah, so the runtime flag checks, right? Not necessarily like the fetch and like setup, right? Because the checks are going to be on the hot path. I totally get that. Going good this round or trying to? Oh, there you go. So wait, how many times have you played Baldur's Gate 3 through? Holy shit, dude. All right, so let's go look at our enums again. Nope, not there. Yeah, let's turn that on. All right, so we got 8 defined enums. We got our Vexilla error, sure. We've got our feature type, which then breaks down into other types. Schedule type. I don't think the size differences between any of these are actually an issue. I would say their enum thing should totally be its own PR, because I'm not sure I understand where there's a potential like massive gain. Right? Because these structure sizes are very similar. So we're paying the cost of whatever size it is no matter what. I don't think we end up having any structs where like the size of the struct, or not struct, sorry, any enums where the size of the constituent pieces are vastly different. So I don't think we benefit from caring about this example. But maybe I'm missing it and they totally saw a place for it, but at least at the ones we just looked at, I don't think so. Right? Here, simple. Who cares? If you're gonna quibble over 4 bytes, like holy shit. And here's something that I think a lot of Rust developers don't realize or recognize, that clones can be optimized out from under you. Something you assume is cloning may not actually clone once the compiler and optimizer have gotten to it. So I would actually want to check the resulting assembly to make sure the clone is actually a clone, you know? I'd have to see the move operation actually get produced to validate, I think, that concern. I'm not saying it isn't happening. I'm saying I'd want to see the evidence. Because the compiler is smarter than us. It just is. It can recognize patterns that, unless you're like a really, really heavy compiler person, you won't see as a pattern in your code. Yeah, so I don't know. I think the enum concern definitely needs to live in its own issue. That comment is superfluous. And so is that one. And yeah, that line. That's lame. Thanks. I do need to get all this pushed up. Let's do that first. Hold on. I'm going to do this over in the other terminal. The highlighting is better for looking at diffs. It just is. We'll do another tab. Actually, no, we can do this from the top. Okay, so git diff, we'll say clients. Wait, what's going on in Go? Oh. All right, so what we're seeing here in the TS, right? We refactored our hashing and renamed show logs and inverted that logic. Sure. I think our manifest version check doesn't exist anywhere else. And the way we're parsing it doesn't exist anywhere else. So we're going to go just pure baseline and assume something. I think really that's something we need in our Trello board, just to like track it. Yep, that's important. Yeah, important. Okay, so yeah, deprecating the flags. This is now inside of the JSTS, right? It's actually all in the JSTS. All right, right. It's kind of all mixed together. Yeah, we kind of did a bunch of stuff at once. We could cherry pick it, but now I'm good. Oop. All right, so git add right. We change suppress logs to show logs. We refactor hashing to a function. And hey, what up, Coppinger, Mr. Sir? How you doing? If I could say. Yeah, so building Melody, the music teacher marketplace. Nice. Yeah, have you heard back from YC? No offense, not trying to jinx it. Still a good idea. Right? If you can bootstrap it right, then you're good to go. You might even end up needing a feature flag tool. Bootstrapping is basically building your business without outside investment, or with maybe like family investment, like very small time, like focusing on profitability almost immediately. Thanks, GG Coder. Appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Pulling the venture up by the bootstraps. So basically, like, you know, yeah, versus raising money, versus like outside investment. So yeah, like the indie hacker mentality, like Levels.io, etc. It's admirable. It's awesome. It's probably the way I would prefer to do it as well, I think. And it's yours. But you'll never hit like hyperscale unless you have something that's just amazing, right? A quick rundown of feature flags. All right. Yeah, let's do it. So, I think I even have a presentation I can give you. I think I do. Oh, yeah, I totally do. One sec. All right, so feature flagging. What is it? Well, think about some. It's used in many popular apps and websites, right? Your browsers, you can actually configure some like flags yourself sometimes. There's also various like stages they release the apps at. You can use like Chrome Canary to get like the latest, right? Twitch. Have you ever been into a channel that had features turned on that other like channels haven't gotten yet? That is feature flagging. GitHub has experimental things you might turn off and on in like your config over in your optional stuff there, right? They also do other feature flagging too to release things out a little more. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, like all these companies use feature flags, right? The use cases could be you want to change something in the UI, right? Like a layout, right? Some coloring, right? The verbiage, the copy. Maybe enabling or disabling a payment provider, right? Supporting different countries. Sure. Turn it off and on based upon how much like fraud's coming in real time, you know? Gradual rollouts. So you want 20% of your users to test a feature first. Hey, is it going well? Hey, we can turn it up to 40% of our users. Maybe randomize it to 40% like different users just using a seed or something. And then maybe even like a single source of truth for pricing. Your back end and your front end can both know the exact price of your premium tier. Like that, you know? Super easy. There's also the idea of if you're releasing a mobile app, all you need is an ID of a subscription or a product ID that you have set up inside of the marketplace. So if you don't have that hard-coded, you can actually just update that in real time from anywhere without releasing your app again. And we'll get into why that's an issue. Hold on. Can I snooze this? Hold on. We're on an ad break. I don't want people to miss out. I like that they show me, so I can take a sec. Yep. I know there's other people too, though. So yeah, all right. Ads should be over. So yeah, single source of truth for pricing. We'll dig into like why having something that you can change remotely for mobile is especially interesting and a really good use case. So yeah, why remote feature flags? Why not just do this stuff at build time, right? Fetch it from some vault, build it in and bake it into your app almost as if it's hard-coded, right? It might be fetched, but it's still like, you know, during your CI/CD. Time. Seriously, time. Deployment to production often takes a long time. At the company I'm at, we're on I think a semi-weekly, there we go, that's the word, twice a week release cadence, right? Where it's tested, approved, staged out, validated, you know, like there's people putting in that effort. It's awesome. What if you want to change something quicker than that? What if something goes terribly wrong over the weekend? You're not going to get some engineer to like ship something without like effort. But could you just change a feature flag if you have access to it? Absolutely. Anyone who has access. And it should be like very simple. You just change it, get it released, and bam, everything else just takes it in and adapts based upon timers and blah, blah, blah. Right? Pretty cool. So just think about it. Best case scenario, and I'm not even at this point anymore. We used to be. I used to work at a company where, you got 3 environments, good 20 to 30 minutes of like build time. It goes through the tests, those tests pass, and then someone's finally like willing to approve it. Someone does have to approve it, and sometimes it's 2 people. Right? Coordinating 2 people to approve something, you're looking at easily an extra 10 minutes. So yeah, like 20 to 30 minutes bare minimum per environment, in a continuous delivery kind of environment. If you have 3 environments, that's an hour and a half potentially before the thing you want changed is actually out there. Continuous, yeah, there's a spelling error. Yes, totally. You're right, 3Creepio. I still haven't fixed it. I actually pointed it out last time I gave this and I forgot, but yeah, for sure. We totally misspelled it there. I need one more U, I mean. So yeah. So basically, yeah, like it could take an hour and a half before your change actually makes it up to production. In the worst case, think about a mobile app. I don't know if any of y'all have actually had to release a mobile app. Your absolute number one best case is you submit it and it's ready to release tomorrow. That is the absolute frictionless, hey, you're good to go release process for iOS specifically. For Android, it's a little simpler. The average case is you're gonna hit someone reviewing your app that catches something someone else didn't catch that still violates the guidelines, and it's the thing they're a stickler for, and you gotta fix it before they can let you ship a new version. Even though that's not what you changed from version to version, right? You didn't even touch that part of the app. But one reviewer's like, no, I'm sorry, here's the rule. You're violating. Fix it. And then you spend a developer day, bare minimum, fixing it. Possibly a couple. Most of this stuff happens during the week because who's going to work on the weekend doing it? So a simple like back and forth of 1 or 2 times extra is easily like an extra week plus, like week and a half before that thing's actually released to users. So if you want to enable like a holiday theme, you're not doing that by just releasing a new version of your app with the theme. No, you're having a feature flag to turn that shit on during the holiday that you care about. But you ship it out to users months ahead of time. Madden does the same shit. Big major updates. Ship a batch of bullshit to the user that won't even be activated for months. But so that they can turn it on at a moment's notice, it's already there, right? Animations for like when cards show themselves and shit, like all that stuff. Yeah, that has to be shipped months ahead of time. Not months, like weeks, possibly a month. Because to have like the ability to turn something on, you have to expect users to have it downloaded. And if you can do like one big update with just like the bullshit assets of the animations, that's why like Mutt Leaks exists. All they do is they analyze the packet of update code, looking for like basically image data, which you can identify due to various things. And bam, they can extract out like, hey, here's some of the promos coming. Yeah, so feature flags are used in all sorts of places for various reasons to lower the amount of like server stuff you gotta do. If you can ship just a very small update to code that's already been shipped, it's a much smaller thing to like ship out to 10,000+ users the moment they want to play it, you know? So GG Coder, like, that may not be necessarily like a feature flag. It may be just like a dynamic config fetch kind of thing. But almost operating on the same principle of the fact that you can't hard code that. You know, you have to like have the client fetch those values, and then that's part of like the game at that point, you know? So similar in aspect, but no, it's still like, theirs is probably server driven. That's the only way I can imagine that being like as fluent, because like the server has to be like the source of truth, you know? But yeah, so, right, worst case scenario mobile apps, right? So then, yeah, sure, there's some really good options. I just basically like made the case for feature flags in general, right? Now there's like a whole bunch of stuff, right? Launch Darkly, Split IO, AWS app config, Firebase remote config, dev cycle, Unleash, Growthbook, Flagsmith. Sorry. Was that a Freudian slip? Oh shit. Alright, Flipped, Feature Hub. I almost called them Flagship. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I think the TH. My brain just went like, I see letters. I know what you mean. I'm like, dude, yeah. Yeah. I've seen those letters grouped together enough. I know it's there. Yeah, we're good. That's basically what my brain just did, so that's fun. But yeah, like all these are open source, and I guess another one that's open source that I don't have in the list but should be mentioned is PostHog, which is also really cool. And then, yeah, client-based. Well, yes, I'm gonna shell my thing. It's just remote JSON. Vexilla, my thing, is very simple. And this slide should actually be updated now. We do toggles, gradual rollout, like selective lists if you want to, like, ship a list of client company IDs or some bullshit, right? Like enabling things for entire organizations just one by one instead of releasing it to everybody, right? Things like that. And then value-based for maybe like pricing stuff. We support that now too. And also scheduling. But I got a lot of stuff to fix. So yeah, here, those are the old clients. I only support 6 right now, but it'll eventually probably be like 12. Right? So 12 total like SDKs, like, you know, first party, in-house driven. Not many companies can boast that kind of number. But because we're focused entirely upon just a JSON file sitting somewhere, right? This is our bread and butter. This is like what we're trying to do. Support as many people as possible instead. First party, fully open source. So yeah, the cons though. Yeah, that's a lie. But here, yeah, no real-time listening. We don't have that. In many cases, polling is fine. Really, like do the math. It's something like 4 cents to fetch directly from S3. Every 30 seconds, I think is the way I counted it, per user. If they leave the app running all the time. And your server, 4 cents, like, come on. You could even establish caching and all that stuff to where, like, I don't know. We'll have to, like, really consider caching at some point. Ugly config UI, well, yeah, we've updated that now. But yes, it's also very unopinionated, right? You have to set up how often you want to fetch this stuff. I'm just going to give like recipes and some instructions, you know? Is it possible that maybe some value driven from this would be establishing like a services company in which I can help you really like talk about and define your feature flagging for an hourly kind of like fee? Bigger companies have like a services contract kind of shit, and then bam. I know a lot of open source can actually operate as like a services company. It's less scalable, but it is easy for like bootstrapping, right? So if there's people that aren't really sure how to implement feature flagging for their apps,
could they, could they get a contract going? I think that could be a move. So yeah, anyway, blah, 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 right? Cost. Self-hosted versus SaaS versus Vexilla. Initial versus ongoing cost. Like, consider these things. A static file living somewhere is cheap as fuck. A self-hosted solution requires someone that makes sure that thing is still running. That costs you money. That is probably expensive as fuck, and it's way more worth it just to, like, pay for a SaaS. So my recommendation is basically, I'm trying to stay objective, right? I was doing this presentation for work actually a bit. But the idea is, like, if you want to adopt Vexilla, it's really easy to just add, and it's cheap, and like your upfront cost is basically establishing the same like process you'd have to establish for any of them, right? Like putting in the checks in your logic and all that. So here, at least, like your initial cost of servers and blah, 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 and whatever, right? Seats at some SaaS or some bullshit. Like, man, your initial cost could be very simple with Vexilla. Right? Ignore that. Right, so if Vexilla recognize, it's very little cost. Refactoring from Vexilla.should instead to launchdarkly.variation is really not that big of a deal. Technically, yeah, the way they do their keys is different, so, Technically, mine could also be their whole, like, flag key thing there, but it would actually just be, like, the nano ID that I generated for it. But really, like, yeah, your logic is going to remain the same of, like, whether someone can do this thing. Right? So, yeah, there you go. Thank you for letting me give this presentation. I need to actually record a YouTube video about this shit at some point. Throw it on the list. Nah, we'll see. I just gotta like re-record one section about like macros. And then record another. I'm just slacking. Yeah, no worries. I know there's enough new people here in chat that probably are not familiar with feature flagging, so it was a great time. Good timing for it. Oh, and again, we got rated by Dom Palambi. Check out some of this music over on Bandcamp. It's pretty good. Right? Like the Halo theme. Waluigi Pinball from Mario Kart 8. Right? Just like, like good funky Wolfpack style covers of, game songs. Welcome back. Yeah, I was just shouting you out again. I was about to close the tab and felt like, throwing it out there. Yeah, I really like Wolfpack. Like, yeah, I know exactly the timing. Yeah, not sure if you caught it, but like I had actually described your music as like very much like Wolfpack without ever seeing your own description of it. So that's kind of funny. Lettuce fan? All right. I don't know that reference. I just, hold on. There's a streamer here in the category named The Primogen. Right? You probably recognize the main, like, Wolfpack dude there with just the Primogen's face on top of it, right? I edited that together because he had like a red shirt on and it just reminded me of it. And so I just like, yeah, motion tracked it. Okay, okay. Yeah, lettuce. I've never heard of lettuce. Okay. The Wolfpack of video game music. That's it. Yeah, I like it. It's easier to say. I think Wolfpack is maybe like the more famous of any of those groups. I do need to check out Lettuce now that you mention them then, right? Only when you go to restaurants, Jalu. Who eats enough lettuce to actually have some just right there in their fridge? Right? If you're gonna cook a burger, you're gonna cook what you got on hand, and it's probably just onion, burger, and cheese. Right? And like the bun. And that's about it. Who goes out and buys fresh lettuce? Like, oh my god. Let us find out. Nice, robotic. Good. Nice. Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Did I finish the thing here? Oh, yeah. We got the raid and I got distracted. So yeah, we refactored hashing function. We changed suppress logs to show logs. Here we go. This is the easy part. And other stuff. Ooh. That feels good. So descriptive. Yes. All right, so what's our next bit? Alright, so I don't want to commit any of that other stuff. Not yet. Alright, cool. So... let's push it up first. All right, there we go. All right. Boom. So yeah, I think I fixed a lot of the issues they had with our Rust client code. So yeah, I think we're good there. They did mention some Clippy warnings. I don't care about that one. Yeah, the show logs, actually. I'm not sure how I want to do the show logs thing yet. Yeah. Oh, and okay, they commented here. Cool. I'm glad they're not bummed about me showing this on stream. Perfect. I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to chat more about that part. Okay, so I think we did the Rust and the Go code. Let's close that one. Let's close the Rust one. Let's double check the, what next? C#. Oh shit. I need to launch Rider. Please don't be expired. We're close. Oh, remove from list, open. Come on, where you at? Oh, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, I do pay for Epidemic Sound. Nice. Still though, let's just switch back to White Bad Audio. All right, Vexilla, clients, C#. Yeah, trust and open. I said open, didn't I? So yeah, Robotic Head. I may be running a bit late. Because I still want to go cook some fried chicken. It'll be quick, it's just fucking, Okay, hoping for a release? Nice. Yeah, I'm just gonna do fried chicken, right? Like chicken finger style. So I just gotta like pour the flour and like do the bullshit with like the buttermilk and the, yeah. I'm gonna do buttermilk. I haven't done buttermilk for a while, so I can't remember if I actually like it anymore. I know my dad hated it, so I couldn't do it anymore, but I don't think I had any problem with it. All right, so let's look at our client here, right? And yeah, anyone got any fried chicken recipes they want to share? This is a foodie stream in disguise. I wasn't kidding. The way I like to do my fried chicken, same with like chicken fried steak as well, is it's basically just you do half and half wheat flour and rice flour, because the rice flour like puffs up better. But you don't want to do all rice flour because it doesn't change color like wheat flour does. So you still want that like good orange, right? But yeah, like the half and half of that, you do, you know, a bunch of garlic powder, paprika, salt and pepper. And I'm gonna do some cayenne pepper this time. Get some good like spicy. And then in the buttermilk, I think just pure buttermilk will work. I've also done the whole like buttermilk and like an egg or two and whisk the egg kind of stuff, which is not a bad option either. Who here does like the egg in like the, you know, like the buttermilk or the milk rinse when you do fried chicken? Nobody here does their own fried chicken? So, Jalu, do you just do regular milk? Which is fine. I got regular milk too. I could just do regular. Does nobody do like the egg in the milk though? In like the rinse before like the second bath? I guess is the way to call it. Or like the bath before the second dredge. That's the terms. Yeah, so like the dredge is when you do it in the flour. The bath is when you do it in like the liquid. And right, the more you layer that, the thicker you get. Just regular milk. Yeah, okay. You can actually make your own buttermilk? Really? Huh. I did not know that. I did not know that. I just got some bullshit Dairy Gold buttermilk. I'm not actually that pumped to try it. But hold on, does no one do the egg in the milk? Like whisk it to create like a bath of that? Does no one do that? That one's good. All right, yeah. You do egg and milk? Okay. Cool. I was gonna say, you can do just pure milk as well. You just have to like dredge a couple extra times, I think. If you want like the good thick, like crust or whatever. Again, I don't think you realized. Yeah, foodie stream in disguise right here. I actually have a kitchen cam over on Gaming Stream. All right, so yeah, egg and milk. All right. I'm considering doing the egg or not. I'm thinking yes, but we'll see. All right, so looking at what we're doing, let's go to the top of our client here. Let's close the chrono docs because we don't need it. Let's look at our checklist of things we want to double check. Make date ranges inclusive in the scheduler. Yeah, that's an easy one. Let's go check that. What up, Pedro? Yeah, sorry, Jalu. No, this is a foodie stream, man. We talk about food. There is no virtue without temptation. Damn right. All right, so we're already getting some stuff. This could be made private. It should be made private. Yep. Yep. Wow, that's the only place we do the is in date range thing? Yeah, so we don't need that either. It breaks nothing. C# people. If you see things that you think we should fix for, you know, trying to be more idiomatic, etc., blah, 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 I'd love an issue on the repo. Feel free. You should be able to comb this. I'm trying to fix some of the things right now. But there's most likely other stuff I'm, like, totally fucking up. But yeah, our entire goal right now is to make sure that our SDKs are actually, like, conforming to the same patterns. Because I think there's value in consistency there. Right, so bam, we want to do equal. Equal. And then there's another place as well. Boom. We want to do equal and equal. Boom, that was the date part that we cared about for that first one. So our next one is make sure hash function returns value between 0 and 1. Yep, totally does. We got hash int and hash float. We just call toString on them, but yeah, sometimes you have to. I bet there's a way that we could have just done like string interpolation. Force the user to do the thing here and let them convert it. Also an option. Now, what are they complaining about here? Hasher is never instantiated. I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, that's fine, because it's just a bunch of, like, static methods. Is there a way where I could just make these functions instead? Is that the move? Could I just expose functions on the namespace? Because that'd be awesome. As far as I know, C# really prefers some kind of class. I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm going to say our hasher thing there is fine for now. We're at least returning between 0 and 1. Whatever that squiggle was, we can ignore. So then make sure schedule is checked in all relevant methods, right? I don't know if we're doing that. Let's go double check. So the places we care about it, right? Set and sync, right? Get, set, and sync manifest. Get, set, and sync flags. And then here when we see should, we're calling the should custom string with the one we got. Perfect. They're saying that. I disagree, so we're going to ignore that green as well. So boom, here it is. Yeah, we need to check the schedule right here. Wait. Hold on, I forget how to do that. Hold on. Oh, we can just do it as a dot. Okay. Cool. All right. So boom, our should custom string function now takes in the date. There are definitely unreachable parts of this code. I'm okay with it. All right. Oh, all right, hold on. Default value should be a thing. Yeah, so our value functions are fucked. All right, so here we go. Boom, string default value. That needs to be passed no matter what, and then we can return it. So here's the biggest part. I need to double check with people consuming this, because the exceptions versus just giving a default value back and then just like logging it. Yeah, I really need to like start double checking with people about how these APIs like feel, right? Ergonomically. I need to look at how other APIs do some of this too, right? In the C# world, do you expect a library to throw? If you like mess up a type, like calling a value string for the wrong feature type? That seems exceptional to me. But in other places, I can totally just see like, fuck it, just return the default value and then maybe an error. Like, who cares, man? Deal with it or don't. My thought as like a library author is I should never crash the user's thing. I should give them logs that they should be able to use to debug why they're getting what they're getting, but I should never actually crash their process or function, right? In which case, like, throwing right here is a bad idea. So I don't know. What is, like, the key is I need to fight what my instinct is and really embrace what each ecosystem prefers. In C#, maybe people prefer something to throw. I don't know, man. Right? Okay. So yeah, some of these things seem truly exceptional to me. Like if you as the developer are calling this function on the wrong thing, that's an exception, right? So I get that. Okay, cool, just double checking. Thank you, Cianhorn, really, I appreciate that. Felt like I was yelling to the void, which I do, and I'm okay with. But I think we arrived at the same conclusion, which is just warm, fuzzy feeling inside. So, thank you for validating. Oh man, my trial expires in 1 day, so this is the perfect time to be going through this part of things. If I just send them an email, will they hook it up? No, this is Rider. I don't know what the difference between those are. Yeah, exactly, right? As long as I only use it for things that are open source, I'd be happily, like, into a rule like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll try and hit them up. No. So, yes. I'm not able to use VS, like Visual Studio, because I'm on a Mac. And Visual Studio for Mac is basically dead. Like abandonware. Give up on it. Like, you should abandon it too. I know. I need to just hit them up. I think this qualifies for sure. But yeah, Rider is quite nice. I like it. Ooh, Percival, like, you know it's not getting updates or anything though, right? Like, yeah, it's basically abandonware. It sucks. Yeah, I used it like a couple years ago and it was fine. But I've heard from multiple people that it's really just not worth it anymore. Like, it's not... I don't know what's different now. Sorry, I'm not experienced enough. But yeah, I believe it stopped receiving updates. That's all. And hey, what's up, Percival? Yeah, how you doing? All right, so yeah, we just got to do our, at least like the schedule part. Let's go do that. It's easy enough. It'll happen right after the raw feature part, right? Oh, we got no default value here. This is an int. We force the user to pass it. Just chilling? Nice. And same idea here. Float. Default value. Oh, I forgot they have that feature. I like that feature, actually. Oh, hold on. Where, like, when you, like, delete or press backspace, right, like here, it puts you right back up to, like, the line above or, like, the end of the other line, you know? I like that instead of, like, just going back, like, tab by tab. It gets me all the time because it's different, but, yeah, I like that feature, actually. Into it. Yeah, it's not bad. Is that like a writer-specific thing? Yeah, makes sense. All right, so yeah, for value int, value float, value string, we did it. What about should custom float? Scheduler, nice, we did it. Scheduler, we did it. I just want to double check. We've been chatting. It's like he's smoking weed or something. Yeah, no worries. Exactly, Cianhorn. Like, certain features are kind of nice. All right, cool. So we did the schedule part. We're not going to do the test. We're not going to handle manifest versions. So we're going to move on from that part. Cool. Let's commit that. Oh, maybe. There we go. All right, so yeah, just adding scheduler stuff. All right, so make schedule inclusive and add schedule checks to relevant functions. All right. Boom. There we go. Cool. All right, so we did the C#. It is 6:45, and I should probably get food going, right? When we think about other languages we need to do, we can go look at the list. So the JS, the Go, and the C# are things that we went and validated and fixed today. The Elixir Oh, the Rust as well. So the Elixir and the PHP are things we just want to double check next. And then after that, we got to actually like do the other part of things, which is write way better tests that test basically everything, like end-to-end wise, so that we have, you know, good values to test against. I mean, it varies from language to language. My test server, the one that serves like the static JSON files and then like modifies and updates certain things based upon like, you know, time zone and like date bullshit. Right? Like that is written in just TypeScript. Like, you know. So is it bad DX if you don't implement client libraries for your service? I mean, your API is basic. So hold on, like Jay, is your service open API based? Right? Like, do you have open API docs? You should make open API docs, because then you could just do open API generator, and I've got it there right there in my history because it's fucking amazing. If you are validating and testing your open API file and making sure that it is 100% accurate, and you can do that with Dread. Right? If you want to validate your open API doc against a working API, Dread can do that for you, right? In a test capacity especially, like amazing, right? So utilize Dread to make sure that your open API spec is actually accurate, and then use something like Open API Generator to create the SDKs for whatever language you want to support, which gives them, at the bare minimum, types that they can work with for request and response stuff, which is huge. That's fucking massive. Like, and it's so easy if you just put in the effort for the Open API. So yeah, Jay, I would say, yes, you need to do the Open API thing. Yeah, some stoner did make some video about Dread.js. I would recommend checking it out. It's a pretty cool tool. Yeah, click that link that Ethan provided. It's not bad. I'll back it up. I like what that stoner says. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think we nailed it on the C#. We got the Elixir and the PHP to like revalidate tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow. Sorry, Monday. Sorry, tomorrow is day off. I got to get work done. I might record some YouTube stuff in the morning before like work. But yeah, I got like a lot of like work to do tomorrow. So yeah, Monday will be the next day I'm streaming on this channel. I'll be over on Gaming Channel tonight playing some stuff with Robotic Head. We're gonna play some Wasteland. Maybe we'll finish. I doubt we'll finish tonight, but we're gonna make another good like chunk into it. We're getting real close though, like real close. So Wasteland 3. People that watched over on YouTube, thank y'all. Thank you for chilling. I'm going to end stream there. That way I don't forget. So, thank you. Cheers.